What's good? It's me, Dom. And this is Uncut. Who knows what number? But investing became my new addiction. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time I see an automated transfer or whatever that's bought for what I'm investing into, it gives me a dopamine hit. It brings me a dopamine hit because I realize I'm buying freedom. You know, for the past 2.5 years, it was just felt like I was trapped, you know, working so much, you know, doing so much. And it just felt like, you know, time going by. Because it still feels that way, but it's not as bad because I got a lot of other things going on. And also, I understand the power compound. And like what I'm working towards is more freedom. And I realize that is more important than being trapped in a way of something I don't like doing. You know what I mean? So every time I see that, it just makes me happier because I'm just like, man, I'm working towards something better than myself. I'm low-key breaking a generational curse for me, for my family tree, for whatever happens down the road. I'm doing something different. You know what I mean? We don't have our mindset on money is so like poor, but it's only poor because we don't know anything. We don't know anything because we don't learn this in school. We don't understand financial literacy. They do this because they want us to stay behind. The system wants us to stay behind. They don't want us to learn about all of this because they don't want us to get ahead. Because once we get ahead, then we stop taking loans. Then we stop consumerism so much. Then we stop buying so much. You know, we start thinking smart, like actual wealthy people who get their money to work for them. You know what I mean? Because wealthy people let their investments buy their toys. You wonder why they got so much nice stuff. They don't use that with their earned income. They don't work hard for that. No, that's just their investments. Their investments is just the money compounded. Their money that's just working for them, and then they just go ahead and use that money to buy whatever. And they might use it as a tax write-off, but that's really not possible. I know there's some shady stuff with what they be doing, but there's something called an audit, so you really can't tax write off everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure they probably do anyways, but who knows? Who knows? Anyways, but back to what I was saying. Experiences compound. Money compounds. Those things are more important to me than anything else, right? Because I don't even remember anything back then. I don't even remember. I just remember, I don't remember, every day was the same, right? Like, think about your memories. Like, you probably can remember a lot of things. I remember, a lot of bad. Like a lot of the blood, sweat, tears. The struggle I had to go through to save so much. The struggle I had to go through to get what I wanted. And then realize it didn't even matter. And that was, transitioning for me. That was like, what? Are you serious? That's it? Just this? That's it? And so then my mindset completely shifted because it was just like, wow, all that time, all that energy put in just to get that, just for nothing. And I was like, nah, I ain't doing that. I'm not finna have that type of life. I'm not finna be held back by that. Mindset completely shifted on money, completely shifted on production, completely shifted on everything. That's why I'm not scared to produce and give you this information, because this is something you need to think about too. All right? For real. So I could care less about looking good for other people, validation seeking, people seeking, you know, because at the end of the day, no one really cares. But you know what? You got to care for yourself more than anything. So when I invest, it just brings me a sense of joy because, man, I'm looking out for myself. I'm looking out for myself because ain't nobody gonna look out for you unless you got it like that. But for me, nope. I'm looking out for myself, and I'm about to get it. And I know, and I'm just, and I walk up, and I walk with my chest high and my head strong because I'm like, man, I'm glad I'm so smart. I'm glad I have this wisdom. I'm glad I'm learning. I'm glad for everything that's happened to me for me to make this mindset change. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful because I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to work till I die. Now, you should continue to be working, because once you stop, then your clock stops. You wonder why you see all these football coaches, these college coaches with millions of dollars. They coach forever because they love what they do. That's their purpose. And as their mind is working, their brain is working, they're actively working. That's what makes them continue to live. People retire and then they hit the freaking dirt immediately, like a year or 6 months later. But no, they don't. And yeah, this is super long, super long from now. But it's still good to think about. You know what I mean? And that's just all I'm thinking about. And I need to put that mindset away rather than just thinking in front of my head. I need to get the balance, right? A beam. I need a balance where I'm just like, hey man, I gotta enjoy the journey along the way. So I'm documenting and I'm showing you, and I'm trying to help you, especially if you're in that sort of thing. I know I'm kind of all over the place right now. You're like, what is this guy on about? He's got all this. Hey man, read the description, all of that. And it's just whatever I'm getting is whatever I'm putting, because I can look back on this and be like, hey, dang, that was me. And then other people can be like, hey, that man taught me a lot too. You know what I mean? And what you think is what you think. But I'm in this mindset shift. It's just like, that's what it is. You know? Just always in the back of your mind, especially if you don't got it like that. Just always thinking. Future self. Your future self. Literally write a list of notes to your future self. Like, I got this notes. I put on notes. And I got a whole bunch of questions that I have a year from now. That's it. A lot can happen in a year. So much. So much can happen in a year. So much. It's absolutely insane. And just write questions. And then after a year, look at what changed in your life. Reflect. Self-reflection is amazing. Self-aware is amazing. If you can master those things, man, you'll be ahead of the game, ahead of everyone. I promise you. And it's hard to get out of that headspace. I know where you're at. And my mindset is completely configured from back then. But if you could just do it and learn, you'll be ahead of anyone around your age. Anyone. You could just look around and step back and just look at what everyone's doing. And be still and just like, everyone's just running around. Everyone's just running around. And it may look like I have everything figured out, but I don't. You don't. And that's okay. That's okay. All you gotta do is just make those steps, compound little things, small little things to get you where you want to be, and eventually that gets you to where you want to be. Like I said in the other video, you become what you consume. You become what you consume. And so these little things about what you're doing, but what you're putting your mind to, about who you're hanging out with, is who you're gonna become. I promise you. I promise you. Like, it's that simple. So that's just my take